I figured I'd make a quick video about this car that I just picked up. Not one of the Volvos like I usually have. This is a 2005 996 Porsche. I bought it from a good friend of mine's aunt. It was diagnosed to have a engine noise, and that was pretty much it. She was told that it could either blow up tomorrow or it could last another 6 years or however long, she kept it for. It has 110,000 miles on it. It hadn't run in a few years. So I'm always curious about these type of issues. I got the car for extremely cheap. As you can see, it's a really nice car. It is a Tiptronic. This is has 110,000 miles on it, and you can see it's immaculate. There's no dents in this thing or anything at all. I believe this, as far as how clean this car is, this has to be the cheapest 996 ever. It just has to be for the condition of the car. Everything is perfect on it. Everything works. But like I said, it was diagnosed to have a loud engine noise. I started it and it sounded fine. I had blue smoke out the driver's side tailpipe. That just doing research, it leads to bore scoring, which I don't know. I'm a mechanic for a living. I just don't understand. I didn't understand that bore scoring could make that noise. However, it is a horrendous noise, and I have verified that it is, in fact, bore scoring. The number 4 cylinder is destroyed. However, because of the price of the car, it drives really, really nice. Even with the bore scoring, there's no loss of compression or anything. It's no cracks in the bores. There's no coolant or oil intermix. I watched a lot of videos, and I'm actually just starting to take it apart right now. There's no coolant and oil mix in it, but you see all these snake oil salesmen online, and you kind of hope that it's not what's going to happen to you, but sometimes they're right. This is the tailpipe of this side. You can see it's dirty. This one, it's clean. That noise sounded like lifters. It is a crazy noise. Ironically, the tow truck driver that dragged this to my house, he is a friend of mine. And I showed him the video of it running. He told me his neighbor's Porsche has sounded exactly like that for years. And it is the same model. So, yeah, it's cheap enough to where I can easily justify fixing it. I'm going to do it all myself. So you can see it's really nice. What you can see, it is really nice. I'm going to fix it myself. It's an engine, I know there's a lot of different procedures and stuff for these type of high performance engines, but I figure it can't be that bad. So I got in contact with, you see, it's just immaculate in here. I mean, this is a perfect daily driver, So I got in contact with a company called LA Sleeve, which I'm sure a lot of engine builders have heard of them. I asked them if they've ever done M96 sleeves, and they said we have done hundreds of sleeves in those engines. They quoted me about, God, I think it was $2,200 out the door to sleeve this engine. They recommended S-Tech pistons. Contacted S-Tech and talked to the guy there. Pistons, rings, wrist pins, everything for a drop-in setup. And he claims that, you know, him and the LA Sleeve, they have done a lot of these together. That was about, I think it was $1,400 for the pistons. Engine gasket kit, they had them on sale on Pelican Parts for OEM gasket kit for every seal on the engine, and that was $600. You know, fluids and everything, it is what it is, but I'm gonna try to get this thing together as cost effectively as possible so I can so I can enjoy it without sinking a ton of money into it, and have, you know, something that I can enjoy for a while and then, you know, either sell it or, you know, just keep it. Who knows? Drives perfect. It has a stack of maintenance records. I got it from the original owner. But yeah, I think I'm gonna talk about the price when I finish this thing, and I'll do a cost breakdown. And you know, this is an automatic. It's not the most desirable car, and people will scoff at that, but you know what? I drive about 30 miles one way to work, and it is bumper to bumper, stop and go traffic the whole time. Driven that thing right there plenty of times to work, and that is a 6-speed, and I hate it. I have another car that's a 6-speed. I never drive it. Call me a wuss, but you know what? This is a really nice car. It drives good, shifts good. This one has the 722-6 transmission, which I'm really familiar with. I have, you know, I just sold my CDI, but you know, I always seem to have 2 of these transmissions in cars that I own, and I'm happy with them. They're not the fastest shifting transmission, but they're super strong and extremely robust. So I'm glad it's not the ZF that I was researching that these things did come with. I guess I don't really know too much about these cars, but yeah, I will post the video of the engine being torn apart, which I'm hoping to have that done by the weekend, because I got to get this thing sent out, and I hope to have it done by, you know, late October. Have a drag and drive I'm doing in September, so this might have to be on the back burner, but you know, they gave me a 6-week lead time on the sleeves, so it'll be really interesting to see how that goes. I know people want to do the Nickies, you know, cylinders and stuff, and that's totally fine, but I don't think this car in particular is really worth spending that kind of money on at all, because it's an auto. I can't get my money out of it. But if I do put iron bores in it and, you know, just assemble it cost effectively, I think it's going to be well worth it. I did do a lot of research on this thing, and, you know, I used my scan tool and found that this thing does not have any cylinder deviation or anything. I pulled the lower pan off when I did the cylinder bore inspection, and, you know, I immediately saw what was wrong with it when I got my bore scope up in there. But I didn't find any pieces of, you know, timing guides or anything in there. The oil is perfect. There's no bearing material or anything in the oil. I probably won't even take the crankcase apart, to be honest. As far as the crank housing goes or anything, I'm just gonna reuse everything and just throw it back together. This thing has had meticulous maintenance, and it seems like the thing people complain about happening on these, it happened on this one. one cool thing, you see these things for sale all the time, and you never ever, you hear about this IMS bearing, and then people say, oh yeah, I was done, had the paperwork. Well, this was one of the main reasons why I bought the car. It's because it does have the IMS bearing done in it. So I have all the paperwork for that too. It has had all of the maintenance done just on time, and it's at a very, well-known shop in the area. So it has the paperwork for it. I figure that's worth something if I decide to sell it. But yeah, I will say, I know that this is probably going to sound absolutely sacrilegious, but this car right here, just with the experience that I have as far as driving and everything goes, is a million times better than that one right over there. That thing sucks for a daily driver. It's very comfortable. However, the creature comforts are terrible in that thing. This thing right here drives just as good, and the HVAC system, everything works well in it. This is an extremely good car. If you can get one of these for cheap, I mean, even if you have to pay, a good chunk of money for one, this is in my opinion, the Porsche to get. Like I said, I don't know anything, not a lot mechanically as far as, working on these goes. However, this particular one, I've driven it a lot of times in the past before this engine issue happened. And man, this is a very, very nice car to drive. It's so comfortable. It's very quiet, very refined. Like I said, the creature comforts are a lot better than the old air-cooled stuff. If you want a Porsche, get one of these, cheap, fix it yourself, or get one that has a documentation that has already been fixed. That's all I got to say for now, but I hope to have a teardown video this weekend. Maybe I can actually edit something and make the video nice. And, you guys can watch someone that has never torn a boxer engine apart stumble through tearing apart a really complex boxer engine. All right, bye.